Madam Aisha Rasool and Madam Tarar, fellow participants. I think at the outset, I must say that after retirement, I thought I have this training. And I have been a training manager, a trainee and trainer myself. But I think our preconceived notions and presumptions, I think it was great. That is one thing I must say at the outset. I see a great future for mediation, and these 6 days brought, I think, a lot of knowledge, lot of exposure, especially in practical terms, how to nudge people to a settlement, rather than being a judge or arbitrator and deciding the cases. It's much better to nudge people to take their views into consideration and then to resolve a matter. In addition, I think we all of us interacted for the first 3 days. It was hectic, it was overpowering, but on the last 3 days, I think we gelled so much that it was really fun going through this training. I would also only like to thank all the stakeholders who were involved, mainly Ministry of Law and Justice, the Minister, Mr. Tarar, and Secretary Raja Naeem Akbar. Both of them came to the training multiple times. I am thankful to the IMAC team, Madam Aisha and Ihsan, and our trainers, particularly Mr. Rahim Shamji, Ms. Tarar, Ms. Sonia, and Khalid Saab from Bangladesh. So on the whole, I think I am conveying the feeling of all the participants. We all enjoyed this training, learned a lot, challenged our convictions and preconceived notions, and I think we are a changed person after this training. Thank you.
And appreciation. For the trainer's perspective, I now invite Ms. Sara Tarar, CEO, ADR/ODR International.
Thank you so much, Hassan. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Honorable Chief Guest, Justice Miangul Hassan, Honorable Federal Secretary, Ministry of Law and Justice, Mr. Raja Naeem Akbar, distinguished guests, for being here today. I want to begin where it matters the most, with you, the participants. Over the past week, I and the rest of accomplished professionals do something that takes real intellectual courage. Step outside your comfort zone, challenge assumptions you've held for years, and genuinely and truly engage with a different way of thinking about conflict, the kind we're not used to. And that, let me tell you, is not a small thing, and it does not go unnoticed. On behalf of ADR/ODR International and ICDRL, I extend my sincere and heartfelt congratulations to each of you on completing this training. This program was never designed to be a passive experience, as you all must have seen. It was deliberately intensive. The role plays, as you might have noticed, were complex. The scenarios were challenging, along with the fact that sometimes you had to play the male or the female roles, which you were not used to, and the conversations were at times uncomfortable. That was intentional. You had the privilege this week of learning from some of our finest practitioners in the field, Rahim Shamji, Dr. Khalid Chaudhary, and Sonia Riaz. The skills you have practiced, active listening, reframing, managing deadlock, building trust under pressure, these are not theoretical tools. They are the real work. This is what the mediators do day in and day out. And you are now equipped to do that work. I also want to acknowledge something that does not happen in every country. We have with us today Justice Miangul Hassan, who is a strong believer and promoter of mediation in Pakistan, who keeps referring cases to different mediators from the Supreme Court, which is not a small thing because generally we used to getting cases from the lower courts, and the cases which reach the Supreme Court have become very complex. But it's very heartening to see the contribution the Supreme Court is making in building the case for mediation within our judiciary, and that has been nothing short of exemplary. The fact that we are all in this room today doing this work is in no small part a consequence of the vision and leadership of judges like him. We are deeply honored by your presence, sir, and deeply grateful for your support. To the Ministry of Law and IMAC, thank you for the wonderful organization of not just this event, but thank you for sustaining this program across multiple cohorts. Not just for the vision, and I'll come to the vision, but also the way the whole team works, Ms. Aisha, Mr. Gulfam, Mr. Hassan, and the younger team who runs to and fro all day long, making sure everything is in place. Making sure our venue is appropriate. Comstack is a wonderful venue. Let's look at the vision of IMAC and Ministry of Law now. With overburdened courts, delayed justice, and fractured commercial relationships, when we look at all of these are not abstract problems. These are the problems that need a solution. What you are now trained to do is part of the solution. As you return to your respective professions, the bench, practice, and beyond, the responsibility now shifts to application of it by you. So a certificate, like I say, is a beginning, it's not the end. The real measure of this week will be felt in the mediations you conduct, the cases you help resolve, the parties you guide towards settlement. This is where the impact lies. Our network remains open to you as mediators and as members of our Peacemakers community, AIPC. So go back, practice, make mistakes, reflect, and then practice again. That is how expertise is built. It has been an honor to be a part of this journey with you. We look forward to hearing what you do next. Thank you, and congratulations once again.
Akbar Hilal Imtiaz, Secretary, Ministry of Law and Justice, to share his thought with the distinguished participants.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Justice Miangul Hassan Aurangzeb, Judge of the Supreme Court of Pakistan, Ms. Aisha Rasool, Project Director, IMAC and Senior Consultant, Ministry of Law and Justice, Ma'am Sara Tarak, ADR ODR, esteemed guests, respected faculty members, distinguished alumni, and dear partners. The closing ceremony of the 6-day internationally accredited civil and commercial mediation training program. This initiative was the initiative to create ecosystem in Islamabad was started under the supervision of my lord when my lord was in the Islamabad High Court. So we initiated in 2023, and this is the 4th training we are doing through the ADR ODR. Dear participant, Pakistan has taken important steps to strengthen mediation and alternate dispute resolution in Pakistan. We have signed Singapore Convention on Mediation, and ratification is at the advanced stage. The Ministry of Law and Justice established the International Mediation and Arbitration Center, commonly known as IMAC, in December 2024. In Islamabad, there are 5 independent ADR centers are working, and more than 249 accredited mediators have also been notified by the Ministry of Law and Justice. Court annexed mediation is also working successfully. In 1 year alone, IMAC has trained more than 1,300 judges, lawyers, civil servants, business professionals, students in mediation and arbitration across the Pakistan. I extend sincere appreciation to ADR ODR International for their partnership and expertise. I commend every participant for their discipline and commitment demonstration throughout these 6 days. I'm really thankful to the Supreme Court of Pakistan, to the High Court, honorable judges of the High Court, to worthy member of the Federal Service Tribunal, and the participants from the various organizations that they have nominated their senior officers and they spent good 6 years. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all this work.
Mr. Justice Miangul Hassan Aurangzeb, Judge of the Supreme Court of Pakistan, to address this august gathering. Sir.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Worthy Secretary, Law and Justice Division, thank you very much for inviting me to this event on a subject which is very close to my heart. I do not want to sound like a broken record because I have attended many such functions at this forum as well, and the speeches are all available on YouTube, so you are requested to just tap the right button to listen to what my views about mediation are. But for mediation has not been an easy one. Our culture is such that we prefer the status quo to prevail. But the prevailing status quo regarding the impossible pendency of cases that we have at different fora are not humanly possible to dispose of. And we look up to this alternative avenue of mediation as the appropriate course where this insurmountable backlog can be reduced, so that judges have the relevant time to carry out a purposeful research and give reasoned and well-researched judgments. I'm happy that in the Supreme Court also we are in the process of establishing a court-annexed mediation center with the financial assistance from the UNDP. And we are also in the process of training not the judicial officers at the Supreme Court, but also the officers who are a part of the hierarchy and the staff. The reason for that is that parties, after having paid lawyers, are reluctant to pay mediators. That doesn't mean that you people who are trained as mediators are going to be carrying out free mediations. I do urge you and impress upon you to carry out some pro bono mediations, but not all. You have to be paid for the efforts that you carry out. And in developed countries where mediation is now well entrenched, the mediators performing this task has become a very lucrative area of the legal profession. I remember when I was undergoing training at the Singapore International Mediation Center, just like you people have just completed, one of our trainers had successfully mediated a dispute which had lasted in courts for about 6 years between a Korean and an American company. And we were pleasantly surprised to hear that his fee was a percentage of the financial dispute, which was a huge amount. So with the development of the culture towards mediation, this is also an aspect that will develop. What we rely on heavily is the courts referring matters to mediation. In order for there to be an impetus for a judicial officer to make such referrals, we in the Islamabad High Court had decided at the level of the administration committee to give 4 points for every successful mediation and 1 point for a referral to mediation. This has to be compared with the 6 points that is given to a judicial officer for deciding a contesting case. So this is the importance that the judicial delivery system gave to the process of mediation. I'm very happy and excited to be a part of the bench which last week referred a case to mediation every day. Every day, people like you were appointed as mediators. A fee was set for them. And in some of those days, the mediators came with a settlement agreement which was a consequence of the successful mediation. So we are all very excited about it at every level for this story to be a success story. May I urge upon the office of the Secretary Law and Justice Division for there to be a meeting of the accreditation committee so that all the lawyers and people from different walks of life who've been trained as mediators are notified as mediators, so that we at the Supreme Court, at the High Court, and even at the district court level, the judges have available to them all the relevant notifications so that they can decide who to refer the matter to for mediation. One other advice that I may take this opportunity to give is that other than giving us the notifications, simply setting out what their names are, who are accredited as mediators, since every one of you is not from the legal profession, a brief description of the work or the abilities or the profession to which the mediator belongs to is also given, so that we can decide to appoint mediators without interviewing them, without talking to them, or taking their input over the areas where they would be comfortable as far as mediation is concerned. I take this opportunity again to congratulate all of you. I see that judges of the High Court are also here, and I tell you that when I was a High Court judge, there was only one other judge with me, Justice Sardar Ejaz Ishaq, who was an accredited mediator, and he was all excited about having one other partner to give this mediation a push. We at the High Court level were able to make a legislative framework in the form of subordinate legislation to make rules for there to be an accreditation committee and for the mediators accreditation committee. Also, practice directions were issued to the district courts so that the judges readily refer cases to mediation. It is quite all right to take some time out to explain to the parties the benefits of mediation. And I think all is well that ends well when the both disputing parties are happy with a negotiated settlement. So I congratulate you once again and give you the best of luck in your future endeavors in this profession. Thank you.
Thank you, my lord, for your gracious remarks and encouraging words about mediation in Pakistan. Before we proceed further, I invite Senior Consultant, Ministry of Law and Justice and Project Director, International Mediation and Arbitration Center, Ms. Aisha Rasool, to thank the participants of this august gathering. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Hassan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chief Guest, Justice Miangul Hassan Aurangzeb, Judge Supreme Court of Pakistan, Secretary Law and Justice, Raja Naeem Akbar, Registrar IMEC, Mr. Hasanullah, our lead trainers, Mr. Rahim Shamji, Mr. Khalid Chaudhry, and Ms. Sara Tarar, our newly distinguished guests and members of media. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. As we bring this intensive 58-hour journey to a close, we express our profound gratitude to our chief guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Miangul Hassan Aurangzeb Sahab. Sir, thank you very much. Your presence here today reflects the steadfast commitment to reforming Pakistan legal system and particularly mediation and ADR. Sir, both of your points are very well taken, particularly about the second one. Just yesterday I spoke to Ehsan and I told him that we should write not only to the Supreme Court and High Court, but rather send the list of all mediators to all the provinces, all the provincial high courts. And about the profile and bios, you are very right. It would be easier for the judge, the referring judge, to decide which mediator could resolve the case better regarding the issue and which profile is most relevant to the issue. Once again, thank you very much, sir. A special vote of thanks goes to our technical partners, ADR, ODR International, Rahim Shamji and Sara. Thank you once again for bringing the best practices in Pakistan. This training meets the rigorous standards of CMC, IMI and CMIN. At IMEC, we are proud to conclude this training at the time when Pakistan's role as a global peacemaker is being recognized around the world. Pakistan continues to play a constructive role in facilitating dialogue and promoting peaceful engagement at the international level. This strategic role underscores why the work we do at IMEC here is so vital. We are building a professional cadre that reflects Pakistan's global identity as facilitator of peace, fostering constructive dialogue, and advancing effective dispute resolution in both international diplomacy and civil and commercial matters. I must also thank the Honorable Federal Minister for Law and Justice, Senator Azam Nazir Tarar, and Secretary Law and Justice, Ministry of Law and Justice for their constant support. We extend our special thanks to Coordinator General Comstic, Dr. Muhammad Iqbal Chaudhry, and his dedicated team for their invaluable logistic support and excellent arrangements throughout the training program. My thanks also goes to the dedicated IMEC team, Registrar Mr. Sanullah Khan, Gulfam, Arsalan Saab, Naeem Saab, Ali Asif and all others, Ajia, Irfan and all others whose tireless work behind the scenes ensures that we continue to scale our vision of mediation across the country. Finally, to all our participants, you have navigated role plays, you have tested your positions, you have earned your accreditation. You are now part of a growing legacy of professionals trained by this center to strengthen Pakistan dispute resolution landscape. Go forth not merely as mediators, but as an architects of more efficient and harmonious Pakistan. Together, let us continue building a culture where dialogue prevails over conflict and resolution triumphs over division. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable words of thanks. We now move to our Honorable Chief Guest, Miangul Hassan Aurangzeb Sahab, the Secretary Ministry of Law and Justice, and yes, on the stage. I would call the trainees one by one. Please come from the left side tribunal. Sir? Mr. Roshan Khan Mahsood, Member, FATA Tribunal. Mr. Jam Umair Ahmad, Senior Legislative Advisor, Ministry of Law and Justice. Mr. Humayun Dilawar, District and Session Judge, Special Court, Islamabad. Mr. Muhammad Tahir, Director General, Federal Board of Revenue. Ms. Sayyida Saima Shabir, Senior Research Officer, Supreme Court of Pakistan. Mr. Syed Sibte Hassan, Additional Registrar, Research, Supreme Court of Pakistan. Mia Ahmad Ibrahim, Senior Legal Advisor, National Electric Power Authority. Director, Law, Federal Board of Revenue. Captain Retired Khalid Mahmood, Commissioner, Banu Division, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Mr. Safwanullah Khan, Director, Auditor General of Pakistan. Mr. Dost Muhammad, Director, Pakistan Institute of Trade and Development Authority. Mr. Zargham Abbas Jabwana Siyal, Deputy Secretary, Senate of Pakistan. Mr. Wajid Aziz Qureshi, Deputy Solicitor, Ministry of Law and Justice. Mr. Syed Waqar Abbas Shah, Director, Pakistan Institute for Parliamentary Services. Ms. Amna Durrani, Director Programs, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Commission on Status of Women. Mr. Arsalan Ahmed, Deputy Registrar, International Mediation and Arbitration Center. Mr. Asmatullah, Director, Population Welfare Department, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Mr. Muhammad Imran, Assistant Registrar, Appellate Tribunal, Inland Revenue. Mr. Muhammad Ashraf, Section Officer, Ministry of Law and Justice. Mr. Iftikharul Hassan, Deputy Solicitor, Ministry of Law and Justice.
पिछले वाले को नहीं इसका हमारे पास पिछले वाले सर्टिफिकेट
वही यही दे दें, यही दे दें।